heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something. Guard might get nervous. A man approaches with his weapon drawn.
Need a blade? You should talk to Adrian at the forge.
Another wanderer. here
We
to look
can
my
never
father's
rest
books.
easy,
Good
for
job.
Balgraf's enemies will not. Huh?
Hey, get out of here!
All this standing around is rubbish. I'm not a man. I'm a weapon in human form.
You need to leave. You need to leave. You need to leave.
My brother takes counsel from Proventus Avenici. What a laugh. He takes counsel from his daughter, and she's a bloody blacksmith. I'm waiting.
You need to leave. You need to leave. You need
May
to
the
leave.
gods watch over your battles, friend.
You need to leave. You need to leave.
I must have misheard you. I thought you asked me to help you trap a dragon in my palace.
You need to leave. You need to leave.
I'm sorry, but I can't do it. We'll just have to keep fighting the dragons. What do you want me to let the dragon into the heart? There must be another way. The
You need to leave.
Alduin, the World Eater himself. But how can we fight him? Doesn't his return mean it's the end times? I don't know about such things, but I heard the Greybeard summon you. That's good enough for me. Now what's this nonsense about trapping a dragon in my palace? I want to help you, Dragonborn, and I will, but I need your help first. Ulfric and General Tullius are both just waiting for me to make a wrong move. Do you think they will sit idle while the dragon is slaughtering my men and burning my city? No. I can't risk weakening the city while we are under the threat of enemy attack. I'm sorry.
You need to leave.
Then I would be glad to help you with your mad dragon trapping scheme. But getting both sides to agree to a truce will be difficult at this point. The bitterness has gone too deep.
You need to leave.
Maybe. What of the Greybeards? They are respected by all Nords. High Hrothgar is neutral territory. If the Greybeards were willing to host a peace council, then maybe Ulfric and Tullius would have to listen. Aye, Dragonborn. Maybe you can stop the dragons, and this war into the bargain.
You need to leave.
My men will be ready when you are, Dragonborn.
You need to leave.
You have a truce to arrange first, eh? No doubt, he thought it was the only way to make his point. If it's the war, no doubt General Tullius and his friends in the Empire will tell you that I owe them my loyalty. And perhaps I do. Ulfric Stormcloak would say that I owe my allegiance to the Nord people as they fight for Skyrim's independence.
You need to leave.
Perhaps this is also true. The day might come when I am forced to draw my sword for one side or the other.
You need to leave.
But that day has not come yet.
You need to leave.
With good planning and constant vigilance.
You need to leave.
Even now, my court wizard, Farengar, continues his research into ways we might drive back these terrors. We must also have ample reserves of water to combat the fires that will surely spread after an attack.
You need to leave.
But our greatest weapon? Courage. For if we cannot kill the beast, we must at least have the tenacity to drive it back. Until brave heroes step forward to destroy these monsters, that is the best we can do.
Hey, get out of here.
According to legend, although I never thought to put the tale to the test, Jarl Olaf One-Eye it was,
You need to leave.
who later became High King. They say he shouted it into submission in single combat atop Mount Anthor, and brought it back to Whiterun. Numenex was the dragon's name. That's his skull decorating the main hall. Now, if you don't mind, I've got a city to keep.
You need to leave.
What is it that you need?
Hey, get out of here.
You look tired, friend. The Bannered Mare has beds for rent.
Aldwin? We heard the Dragonren shout from here. You defeated him? I feared as much. I thought it was him we saw flying east after your battle. We are not warriors. What is overlooked in the Dragonborn is not permitted to any other followers of the Way of the Voice. You misunderstand our authority. The Greybeards have never involved themselves in political affairs. I see. The dragon will lead you to Aldwin, but without the Jarl's help. Paarthurnax has made the decision to help you. This is the road we have to walk. Even the Greybeards must bend to the winds of change, it seems. So be it. Tell Ulfric and General Tullius that the Greybeards wish to speak to them. We will see if they still remember us. The old tales say that he can travel into Sovngarde. You must find out how he does this before he... Deliver the message to the warring parties. If they will listen, I will do what I can to bring them to terms. He was a great war leader of the ancient Nords, a master. After the disaster at Red Mountain, where the Nord... He finally came to realize he was the first to understand. Jurgen Windcaller's mastery of the voice eventually overcame all opposition, and the Way of the Voice was born.
You can afford a septim or two.
I'm a little busy at the moment. I've got all sorts
I'm not interested, Jari. It doesn't matter how many times you ask.
You might want to rethink that.
I used to be an adventurer like you, and I took an arrow in the knee.
You should see me when you get bored. You look a bit peaked. You sure you shouldn't be home in bed?
Gods gave you two hands, and you use them both for your weapon. I can respect that.
The Emperor's cousin, Vittoria Vici, is getting married soon. The reception will be public. Anyone in Solitude can attend.
Are you lost?
Are my men now giving free rein to anyone who wanders into the castle? Do you have some reason to be here, citizen? Have we? Oh, of course. You were at Helgen. One of the prisoners, if I recall correctly. Hadvar's alive. I hope that's true. He's a damn good soldier. But he hasn't reported in yet, so he can't exactly confirm your story. In the meantime, why don't you have a chat with Legate Ricka? I suspect we might have use for someone resourceful like you. Not many survived Helgen. Besides, I'm sure your being imprisoned was all a terrible misunderstanding.
I'm telling you,
Ulfric's planning an attack on Whiterun.
He'd be insane to try. He doesn't have the men. Speak with Legate Ricka. She will determine if you are Legion material. The Greybeards. What do those old hermits want with me? Why, there's nothing to discuss as long as that traitor Ulfric is in arms against his rightful emperor. They are getting to be a problem. But I wasn't sent to Skyrim to fight dragons. My job is to quell this rebellion, and I intend to do just that. Dragons or no dragons. I'll be the judge of that. Besides, by all reports, the Stormcloaks are suffering just as much as we are from these dragon attacks. Fair enough. We're driving the Stormcloaks back well enough at the moment, but we're already overstretched. That's what comes of trying to win a war with a bare handful of legions. If the Emperor would just give me the reinforcements I've requested. Most of the Legion is tied down on the border with the Aldmeri Dominion. The Emperor can't afford to risk weakening Cyrodiil's defenses. From the Imperial City, our war here is just a sideshow. An interlude before the main event against the Thalmor resumes. Yes, fine. I'll come to this Greybeard Council. For all the good it will do.
That's not what my scouts report, sir. Every day more join his cause. Riften, Dawnstar, and Winterhold support him.
It's not a cause. It's a rebellion.
Call it whatever you like, General. The man's going to try to take Whiterun.
Jarl Balgruuf.
Balgruuf refuses the Legion's right to
Don't
garrison
worry,
troops
I'll
in the
come to
city.
this peace council
On the
of
other
yours.
hand, he also refuses to acknowledge Ulfric's claim.
Well, if he wants to stand outside the protection of the Empire, fine. Let Ulfric pillage a city.
General. General.
You people and your damn Jarls.
Sir? You can't force a Nord to accept help he hasn't asked for.
If Ulfric's making a move for Whiterun, then we need to be there to stop him. Draft another letter with the usual platitudes, but this time share some of your intelligence regarding Ulfric's plans. Embellish if you have to. We'll let it seem like it's his idea.
Yes, sir.
You Nords and your bloody sense of honor.
Sir.
Don't worry, I'll come to this peace council of yours.
Talking peace with Ulfric? You must be an optimist.
Don't worry, I'll come to this peace council of yours.
Stay sharp. You mean Ulfric's so-called the Nord Kings? Oh, excuse me. Sadly, the Empire's stretched a little thin these days, and we've gotten very few reinforcements. So we've been forced to recruit locally. But rest assured, citizen, we'll put an end to this uprising. Not sure. We have garrisons throughout all the provinces of the Empire. Skyrim's days are darkening, and the Legion will soon be called into service like never before. Think you've got... Honestly, if you're serious, you're in the right place. Our headquarters is in Castle, but talk to Legate Ricka. She handles the local recruiting.
Don't worry, I'll come to this peace council of
Talking
yours.
peace with Ulfric? You must be an optimist.
What do you need? It's no secret the Aretino boy is doing some ritual, trying to call the Dark Brotherhood.
We go to... Staying safe, I hope.
Eat our food, you pollute our city with your stink, and you refuse to help the Stormcloaks.
We haven't taken a side because it's not our fight.
Hey, maybe the reason these Greyskins don't help in the war is because they're Imperial spies.
Imperial spies? You can't be serious.
Maybe we'll pay you a visit tonight. We have ways of finding out what you really are.
Trouble? Stay away from the Aretino residence. The place is cursed.
I have to wonder. What does the Dragonborn do once he's summoned by the Greybeards? And that's the one... I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
Won't give us a straight answer.
He's a true Nord. He'll come around.
Don't be so sure of that. We've intercepted couriers from Solitude. The Empire's putting a great deal of pressure on Whiterun.
And what would you have me do?
If he's not with us, he's against us.
The Stormcloaks are finding victory across the land.
They all know that.
How long are you going to wait?
You think I need to send Bolgraf a stronger message?
If by message you mean shoving a sword through his gullet.
Taking his city and leaving him in disgrace would make a more powerful statement, don't you think?
So we're ready to start this war in earnest then?
Soon.
I still say you should take them all out like you did dead King Torrig.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Message to the other Jarls. Whoever we replace them with will need the support of our armies.
Damn faithless Imperials.
We're ready when you are.
Things hinge on Whiterun. If we can take the city without bloodshed, all the better. But if not...
The people are behind you.
Many, I fear, still need convincing.
Then let them die with their false kings.
We've been soldiers a long time. We know the price of freedom. But people are still weighing things in their hearts.
What's left of Skyrim to wager?
They have families to think of.
How many of their sons and daughters follow your banner? We are their families.
Well put, friend. Tell me, Galmar, why do you fight for me?
I'd follow you into the depths of oblivion. You know that.
Yes, but why do you fight? If not for me, what then?
I'll die before elves dictate the fates of men. Are we not one in this?
I fight for the men I've held in my arms, dying on foreign soil. I fight for their wives and children whose names I heard whispered in their last breath. I fight for we few who did come home, only to find our country full of strangers wearing familiar faces. I fight for my people, impoverished to pay the debts of an empire too weak to rule them, yet brands them criminals for wanting to rule themselves. I fight so that all the fighting I've already done hasn't been for nothing. I fight because I must.
Your words give voice to what we all feel, Ulfric. And that's why you will be High King. But the day words are enough will be the day when soldiers like us are no longer needed.
I would gladly retire from the world, were such a day to dawn.
Aye, but in the meantime, we have a war to plan.
Your Leaf, I want you to send a messenger to our western camps.
And the message, sir?
I'm diverting Gar and Hadring's men to join him.
Is that wise, sir?
It will work if we can pull Haran's men from the south and find a bit of luck.
Of course. Something that seems to be in short supply these days.
I'm not seeking advice right now, friend. Just send a message. I remember you. You were at Helgen with us. Come to join the war. Speak with Galmar. He handles the new recruits. I'm sorry to hear that. If you change your mind, speak with Galmar. What does bring you to me? It's about time they turned their gaze from the heavens back to our bleeding homeland. What do they want? I have the greatest respect for the Greybeards, of course, and the dragon attacks are a growing plague. But the political situation is still delicate. Not all the Jarls are fully committed to supporting me as High King. I can't afford to appear weak. I can't agree to this unless Tullius himself will be there. Alduin, the World Eater of song and legend. If that's true, we're all doomed anyway. And if it isn't true, well, then the fight to free Skyrim goes on. Either way, I don't see the use in talking to the Empire. Good. We still hold half of Skyrim despite everything the Empire could throw at us. I doubt the Empire has the stomach for much more bloodletting. Yes, I'll give Tullius one more chance to quit Skyrim with his tail between his legs.
Aye, but in the meantime, we have a war to plan.
The Stormcloaks are finding... I'm not much of a strategist, but Lord Ulfric listens to... For Ulfric? Well, nothing. He seems to... I don't really have a mind for war, and I think he, grew up here. Lot of history in these walls. We're trying to make some more. It's a lucky time to be alive. Graveyard.
So, you've done it. The men of violence are gathered here, in these halls whose very stones are dedicated to peace. I should not have agreed to host this council. The Greybeards have no business involving ourselves in such matters. Peace? I doubt it. They may put their weapons down for a moment, but only to gather strength for the next bloodletting. They are not yet tired of war. Far from it. Do you know the ancient Nord word for war? Season unending. And so it has proved. But regrets are pointless. Here we are. Take your seat at the council table, and let us see what wisdom we can find among these warriors of Skyrim. We all wait upon you, Dragonborn. Take your seat.
So, Arngeir, is it? You know why we're here. Are you going to let us in or not?
You are not invited here. You're not welcome here.
We have as much right to be at this council as all of you. More, actually, since we were the ones that put the Dragonborn on this path.
Were you? Hubris of the Blades truly knows no bounds.
Delphine, we're not here to rehearse old grudges. The matter at hand is urgent. Alduin must be stopped. You wouldn't have called this council if you didn't agree. We know a great deal about the situation and the threat that Alduin poses to us all. You need us here if you want this council to succeed.
Very well. You may enter.